This is how I remember my mom, the preeminent multitasker and superwoman. My mom and a disability were about as alike as calm and a hurricane. Common sense just doesn't pin the two together. My mom enjoyed dancing, and she was quick on her feet no matter the locale, be it grocery store or amusement park. My mom was to go what bread is to butter. And then her body betrayed itself. The neurons went haywire. Her neurological system began to wane, slowly. No longer able to trust her legs, she began to use a cane and hold on to walls to guide her movement. A walker was the next logical step, but here her legs began to buckle. She no longer had the stability to maintain an upright position. Like a baby progresses from crawling to standing to walking, my mother began to regress in the exact same fashion. And so by 1996, my mom began using her first wheelchair for occasions. As her need for a wheelchair increased, each new model became an upgrade of sorts. But more bells and more whistles paralleled greater physical deprivation, less bodily control. This graveyard is symbolic in its nascent existence. It represents far more than a collection of junked wheelchairs. It embodies another part of my mother's loss and her disability's gain. And so the ramps arrived, the widened doorways, the bars, the railings, and all the other handicap paraphernalia. And my dad, the astoundingly amazing guy that he is, proceeded with their new life and his newfound responsibilities as valiantly as a soldier goes into battle. So my parents have all the amenities of handicapped living because my mom's been in a wheelchair full-time for the last 15 years. Although I spent 6 months during my junior year in college in a wheelchair due to a relatively serious injury I sustained from a car accident, I cannot for the life of me imagine living as my mother does, or anyone else for that matter who is wheelchair bound as a result of disease, genetics, or tragedy. So follow me now as I spend the day living the life of another. Hi, I am going to attempt to prepare a cup of coffee in the wheelchair, and I'm going to time myself. And here we go. Ready, go. Alright, so I have set out a coffee cup. Pretend my husband did it, and I shall pour coffee. And I'm in a hurry because the bus will be picking me up to go to my job, okay? Coffee poured. At this point, I'm actually beginning to break a sweat. I like cream and sugar in my coffee, so we get in this very handicap accessible fridge here. Oh, look, the creamer is right out front. Whoop. Yep. Okay, well, I'll just put that right on my lap and move forward. Okay, working on it. This rug right here is really convenient. And I have upper body strength. So, oh, we're running on a minute. Okay,
it's been more than a minute, Mom.
It's been more than a minute? Okay. Alright, wait, I gotta get over to the sugar. Now, I guess if I was actually making my own coffee all of the time, I would have the items placed more conveniently. Okay. Now remember, my legs are completely paralyzed. Apparently I have complete upper body strength, which, oh, closed, which my mother does not. I have spoon, sugar. At
At this point, it's utterly amazing me how the simplest tasks are twice, 5 times, 10 times more difficult.
Fine coffee at, what's our time check?
Time check. 2 minutes and 0 seconds, actually.
Wow. So, over 2 minutes to get a cup of coffee and nothing.
So much for efficiency there, Jill.
Now we're going to make a cup of coffee without the wheelchair. Let's see how long it takes. Ready? Go. All right, I've got my coffee cup. I pour my coffee. I grab my creamer.
It's almost hilarious watching me dodge from here to there in the kitchen as if, you know, it's what I do every day.
Over here, grab the sugar, which I can open.
I think if I had to make my coffee via wheelchair all the time, I'd actually start drinking it black.
Put it all away. All of it. And what we have here is 43 seconds, cleanup, coffee, no wheelchair. So now we are going to go to the grocery store. Now let me get down the ramp. And ho!
Use your brakes.
In action.
Smart ass.
Dad, that video has to go in the movie.
I know.
So off we went to the local Food Lion for a little bit of grocery shopping a la wheelchair style. And let me tell you, it proved to be a bit more than I had bargained for.
So let's say we're going grocery shopping and we're going to go select various items. Let's see how this works out. Stay tuned.
Ah yes, the problems with packaging.
But A, I could never select one, and B, I don't think I could even lift one out. Okay.
Andrew Castro offers that one's worldview is not universal, but is profoundly shaped by one's life experiences. And may I say, Mr. Castro, I concur.
So apparently, I'm not allowed to have any sausage. I guess I could get it. But only Mises and bacon.
When I reached the cereal aisle, I realized that Aronson was right. Stereotypes cannot help but be a significant factor in the achievement gap. Just watch.
Cereal is designed for kids. All the sweet, yucky, kiddie stuff is on the bottom. The healthy stuff is at top. Well, I'm an adult, so I guess I'm stuck with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I guess I can get some Chex. But if I want Wheaties, I'm plumb out of luck. No such thing.
In the freezer section, I was amazed at the difficulty level here. And more importantly, I was alarmed at the number of people that walked by without offering to help. Even though the door closes, my daughter's struggling, and people just walked by.
Well, the freezer door, and back up in time. Hold on, I'll get it. I'll get it. Up. Okay, so I have to back up the freezer door. My arm's stuck.
I suspect that most of these people just walked by without offering to help because of the unusual situation of woman with child in camera and wheelchair in freezer. A bit odd, I might add, but still disheartening. Today's experiences have taught me something deeper. Rather than the simple disconscious racism offered by banks, I have witnessed a more societally embedded disconscious discrimination.
We decided to do self-checkout so that we wouldn't hold up the work. But I guess it would probably be easier if...
Whereby the world is not equal.
Thing is that I have full use of my arms. My mother has no use of her arms. So she
Nor is it
my father
fair.
everything. Oh, sorry. Nice cashier came and explored how.
But this inequality is ultimately not acceptable.
Have to finish and pay. This is actually rather convenient because it is at a level that I can reach.
Especially when you're the one who's wearing the disparity shoes.
Assuming I have use of my hands. This is not handicap accessible whatsoever. Oh, but as our cashier instructed, we can.
But sometimes life will surprise us.
So the human element here is very important.
And sometimes when we least expect it,
This is a credit.
we look at each other and we don't see skin color, or wheelchairs, imperfections, or poverty.
And look, it comes out at a proper level. I give Food Lion an A on handicap accessibility.
What we do see is the face of someone we know and love, imprinted on the countenance of another we have judged and feared.
Although it's more difficult, I would say that this was pretty handicapped.
And therein lies the potential of humankind.